guys. So, today marks 16 years since I graduated from high school. Yeah, unconventional time of year to do it, but it is what it is. I wasn't going in a conventional way either, so I mean, it was gonna be non-conventional no matter what I did. So this, I don't know, it's raised an interesting question that I've been asked many times. I thought I'd make a video about it. And that is, do I regret not going to college? Because I never went, I never even tried. I legit didn't even set foot on campus for so much as one day in my life. Have never ever been. Do I regret it? And there's a lot of factors. I could make an argument for either side of the line, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I really don't. I really don't. I mean, one could argue that so many more opportunities, so many more doors would have been open to me if I'd just gone, even if I'd just gotten a BA and something stupid like business and just like vague like that. At least it would be a piece of paper to make me qualified for certain jobs that I might be better suited for than what I'm currently in. And you might have an argument there. I don't even disagree with that. But on the other hand, not all of us are academically minded. I am certainly not. I am the first to admit, I am not a smart, intelligent individual. I'm not. I'm really not. That's not me being mean to myself. That is me just stating a fucking fact. I struggled through all of school. I failed remedial math. I don't know how many times. I think the only reason I even graduated high school at all was because my teacher felt fucking bad for me and let me skate on a D-. Part of that was, an undiagnosed learning disability that didn't know until after the fact. On the other hand, other things that I didn't struggle as hard with in terms of being able to comprehend it, I still failed at. I am not a smart person. I am not minded for academics. And that's okay. Not all of us are. I know that we've all been so brainwashed in this day and age to think that you have to be. And if you're not, you just fail at life. And You'll have no future in anything ever if you don't have enough of an academic mind to go to college and graduate college and get that useless piece of paper. Can we tell I'm biased? Yeah, because I think that piece of paper largely is worthless. And I've known many people who have gone to college and done the thing, and they graduated, and they were top of their fucking class. They still couldn't get a job any easier than I could. And they were in debt. Some of them are still to this day paying down those debts. So you know what? I'm at least ahead of the game that I didn't come into adulthood with debt. And for that, I do not in any way, shape, or form regret not going to college, because I don't think I would have gone for anything that would have really made any kind of difference whatsoever. I mean, if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, then yes. In that case, college is absolutely for you. You should follow that path and do the thing. However, for like 90% of the rest of us, I don't think it's as black and white as all that. I think there's a lot more nuance to this. And I think there's a lot more paths that are becoming more and more viable all the time than they used to be that don't necessarily require a college degree. Just saying. Just saying. Because had I gone, part of the reason I didn't go was because I was in basically a standoff with my family of what I wanted to do versus what they wanted me to do. And I was sure as shit not gonna basically, in my mind, sell my soul and go to school for something that I couldn't give a fuck less about versus following my own dreams and my own path. I was not willing to, and they were not willing to pay for me to go to school for doing what I wanted to do, and so they thought I would buckle under the pressure of that and just go do what they want me to do, except I fucking didn't. Because I don't operate that way. I don't cave to peer pressure like that. I realize they're not my peers, they're my parents and my grandparents, but you know what I'm saying. I don't fucking buckle like that. I don't operate that way. I could really give a fuck less what people think about me or what I do or anything else. I care about what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, we all care about number one and what we want to do. And if you're just doing what you're doing to make someone else happy and burying what you want to do, you're going to be miserable in life, okay? You are going to be fucking miserable, maybe not right away, but eventually it'll catch up with you. So, with that in mind, I was not willing to go down that path. And so I didn't. And they basically told me left, right, up, down, sideways, every damn which way that I'm making a huge mistake, that I'm giving myself a huge handicap in life by not going to college, and you know what? On some levels, for some things, they might be right. But it does not mean that there is no other options out there. And especially in this day and age, where the economy's fucked, for one. Second, there's so many people that are just, like, making their own way in the world, like, fuck the traditional means, we're making our own paths, we're trailblazers now. You don't necessarily need that piece of paper. Sure, it helps. It helps. It certainly looks better on a resume than somebody who, like me, doesn't have it, but it is not a make or break. It really isn't. So, I stand by what I say, that I don't regret not going. If I did go at all for anything at this point, I'd probably be going to fucking beauty school. So, still not doing general ed, fuck you. But, mostly because I know damn well I'm not smart enough to pass general ed, but, I'd go to my two years of schooling to be an esthetician and be done with it, if at all. If not for that, I'm not going. That's not what I wanted to do back then. That's a more recent thing that I've come up with. I thought maybe I could follow that path because it's short enough. Originally, I wanted to go to art school. My family do not believe there is money to be had in art, so they were not willing to throw money at me going to school for something that is not going to pay out dividends later. And I was not willing to waste my time and my life doing something I don't care about to go for something that they wanted me to do. So, we hit a crossroads where, sorry, I'm not going down your path, I'm going down my own. It may be a mistake, I might regret it later, but you know what, I'm doing my own thing, and you can bite me if you don't like it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that to every single one of them. Which some of you could argue, how dare you talk to your grandparents that way? How dare you talk to your parents that way? Yeah, well, I did, because with them, it's the only way to get a point across, and it's really sad that they're that non-understanding of people wanting to do something else with their life. Just because they got bullied into doing something they didn't want to do, they feel it is their prerogative in life to bully their children and grandchildren into something they don't want to do. And then I threw in a wrench in the works by being the first one to be like, screw that, I'm doing that. Not doing that. And so for a lot of years, and I do mean a lot, I basically wasted time where I was neither in school nor employed in any way, shape, or form. And then the economy crashed right around the time when I was finally willing to go get a traditional job, because I figured I'm still young, I'll start at the bottom, entry level, work my way up. Because that is also a viable career path, guys. I know, it may not be pretty, it may not pay out as much as certain other high-level jobs, but you know what? It's viable, goddammit. So I figured I would just do that. But then the economy crashed. And it threw a wrench in the works, because now suddenly these people with that worthless piece of paper were lining up for all the jobs that would have been my level jobs, and getting them because they were better qualified and had more experience, whereas I had zilch on any front, and literally only had my high school education to speak for me, and given I failed everything and really don't even deserve my high school diploma, yeah, doesn't speak too glowingly. So I had to think outside the box, and I had to start finding ways to earn money that weren't the traditional route. They weren't even the minimum wage route. So I did a lot of things like data entry online that I could type for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours a day and be lucky if I had $20 by the end of the day. Throw that on top of Etsy, on top of eBay, on top of now YouTube. I'm still doing YouTube, obviously. On top of ghostwriting, on top of proofreading, on top of all sorts of weird little odd jobs on Fiverr. I mean, I've been known to, like, be somebody's human alarm clock at times. Like, I legit have had people pay me to call them at, like, 4 a.m. and wake them up and keep them on the phone for, like, 15 minutes to make sure they don't go back to sleep. And do it in a chipper, perky mood. Except it's 4 a.m. their time zone on the East Coast, so it's like 1 a.m. my time. But you know what? It's an income. And I did all of that for a lot of years and burned the candle at both ends to have something vaguely, mildly resembling something a little bit in the ballpark of almost minimum wage. It wasn't ideal. I'll tell you that. It wasn't ideal. And I'm sure if I knew what the fuck I was doing, maybe I could have made it more profitable than I did. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have no marketable skills in anything, so it is what it is. So, in the middle of a pandemic when everybody's staying the fuck home, I saw this as my moment to fucking shine and be like, now everybody's out of the damn way. I can get my foot in the door somewhere on that bottom rung and work my way up. And that is how I found myself working in a pizza place at 35 as my first job. And you know what? I don't regret it. I don't regret it one bit. I still don't. Even as shitty as it can be sometimes, I don't regret it. I don't regret anything that I've done. The only thing that I regret is that I didn't start trying for a traditional job sooner. Because there was a lot of years between the economy crash and now to where I was just being stubborn, and then it was like, well, I'm self-employed now. Why would I give up the dream where the sky's the limit to do something menial? Yeah, if I had just sucked up my pride a lot sooner, I'd probably be a manager somewhere by now, but I didn't do that. So that is literally my only regret in all this. I still don't regret not going to college. I don't think it's necessary. I think for certain jobs, if you know exactly what it is you want to do, and that is the only way to become that job title, then yeah, college is for you. But if you're just going because it's the societal norm and expectation to do, I don't think that's necessarily the right answer. I mean, it might be. It might, but it also might not. And it'll very likely put you into debt if you don't have all that money up front and you need student loans that are going to take you decades to pay off and probably won't be worth it because of all the friends I have known who have taken out student loans. I think a grand total of two of them have come forward to say that it was worth it. Everyone else says, that was a waste of X number of years and X number of dollars, and I wish I didn't have these student loans. Oh my god, you're so smart for not falling into the trap. Yeah, I know, because I don't believe in loans. My family raised me to believe in you live within your means or you don't do it. You don't have that money up front, you don't do it. So, if it requires a loan to do it, don't do it. That's the mentality I was brought up on. So, that was the other reason why I didn't just go fuck what they all said and took out student loans and went and did my own thing. So, because I was just like, yeah, I don't want student debt hanging over my head as one of the only types of debt that you cannot escape until it's paid down in life. Because yeah, if nobody told you that's a thing, that's a thing. Even if you declare bankruptcy, that one's gonna follow you. It'll still follow you. And I wanted no part of that beast. So, sure, I may only be making minimum wage at now 36 years old. I know I just said 35 because I was 35 when I got hired. Now I'm 36, but at least I don't have any debts hanging over my head. And there is still the potential for growth there, and not to mention, experience is a good thing. The longer you stay put in one place, the better it looks on a resume for the next place. So, if college doesn't sound like your thing, it doesn't have to be your thing. It does not have to be your thing. My only caveat on that statement is to start younger than I did in trying to get in on the ground floor and building up all of that experience to move forward with later. Just saying. So yeah, some of you may still tell me I'm a dumbass, I'm an idiot, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and that I probably ruined my life by not going to college, and you know what? Screw you. I don't care. I don't regret a thing. I really don't. And I'm sure plenty of you are going, yeah, you're saying that because you're in a position of privilege to where you didn't have to, and oh, I acknowledge my privilege and my unique position to where I didn't have to. But I also acknowledge that I'd be in a much more fucked up position if I had student debts and had gone. Even if I had gone for the things my parents wanted me to go for, those debts would have still very much probably been a thing because I don't think they'd have paid the entire cost up front. Because I know even my sister that's going to school for a psychology degree, they pay about half her tuition, lets her take out loans for the other half. So I'm like, see, that's where I'd be like, no, I want no part of that. Fuck that. Either I'm gonna be able to pay for it up front or not at all. So if I eventually save up enough to go to school to be an esthetician and pay for it out of pocket, yeah, no loans here. That'd be the only way that any type of higher learning, if you could even call that, will happen in my case. But I am also the first to acknowledge, had I gone, it would have been the biggest money sink ever, because if I couldn't fucking pass high school classes, you think I, of all people, am going to be able to pass college level classes against people who are actually smart and actually require intelligence to pass them? Yeah, right. No. See, that's not how my brain works. I'm not a smart person, and I know that. And that's okay. Not everyone in life is gonna be smart. And I think we've all been raised on this delusion with the whole no child left behind thing of trying to convince that, oh, nobody's stupid, but you know what? Some of us are. Some of us are. And I think the sooner we stop lying to ourselves about it and work within our own parameters of what we can do, you know, it's probably better that way, because once you know what you can do that is within your scope of range, you can build off of that. And then you can learn skills along the way to build up step by step to better things. Do I claim to have it all figured out? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm still on step 1 of this journey myself. And I might be remaking this video in another 10 years, and I might feel completely different by then, possibly. I don't know, but as of right now, at this point in my life, I don't regret it. I don't regret a thing. So, like I said, the only thing I regret is that I just didn't start it younger, because I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it actually is. And apparently it's not that bad. And I should have listened when people tried to tell me that if I just took, like, a menial job, like a barista or something, that it'd be an income. I mean, it'll suck, but I mean, it's not that bad. And I thought, yeah, right, that sounds horrible. And now I'm like, actually, yeah, that's really not that bad. I mean, I've known people who worked those jobs, and then they ended up going on to get better jobs later on down the road, and they're like, you know what, I kind of miss the barista job. I'm like, yeah, you know, I might be exactly where I need to be. Just saying. So, anyways, this really didn't have a point other than answering the questions that I get asked left and right all the damn time, especially by the people I work with who are college age, and pretty much all of them are going to school, and it, like, blows their minds that I not only didn't go, but I had no desire to, and I still don't, and I don't regret it. And they're just like, how? Why? Because, you know, they all still believe that mindset that you have to go to college because it's what you do. And there is no other way. You have to go to college. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I mean, if you want to, that's cool. You do you. Follow your path, whatever you feel it is. But just saying that, to say that you need to, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But anyways, that is about it for this one, since I think I've covered all the angles as I see them right now. So, anyways, that's it for this one. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and like to, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below What do you feel about the whole college thing? Not for me specifically, but just in general. Do you feel it's really as important as people make it out to be, or do you feel like it's an overpriced piece of paper? Or something else entirely? Let me know down below. Well, we can have a conversation. We can agree to disagree here. It's cool. Anyways, make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye-bye.